my pretties. So I haven't uploaded it yet, but there should be now a new video on my channel, which is a unboxing video of the makeup that I've got for college. And I wanted to do some swatches. So let's get started. We're gonna look at the bronze block. Okay, so it's got a dark colour, two lighter colours, and then like a blush. And on the box it says the darker shades can be used alone to enhance the tan, while the lighter shades alone can naturally illuminate the skin. The subtle shimmer particles and beautiful pink hue add a refreshed glow to the skin. And you can use them either individually or like sell them together. So let's look at this one first. So these are very pigmented. Oh, okay, well the dark one's very pigmented. Yeah, you can't really see the other colours that well. The darkest one is very, very pigmented, and then the two kind of lighter brown shades are less pigmented, and then the pink is like not pigmented at all. That's kind of a shame, because they look very pretty in the palette. Okay, let's look at the mini face contour kit. Okay, so this is just two shades. Pressed powder and highlighter in one. Okay, so this is actually a highlighter. Highlighters always look too dark to me in the palette, but then they look better on your skin. So let's do the bronzer first. Let's do it okay. Okay, so again, that one's very pigmented and probably would suit my skin tone a bit better because it's a lot cooler. That highlighter is very pigmented as well. It's more like, I only usually wear like silvery highlighters, but this one's a lot more golden, kind of peachy. Okay, so with these I did do a kind of mini swatch in the other video, but I want to do it again just to kind of show more, I guess. So these are the individual blushes. Let's start with this one. This is rose gold. The only blush that I use at the moment is a rose gold, so I'm probably going to like this one the most. Let's put them down here. Yeah, these are a lot more pigmented than the other ones. The thing that I love about rose gold blushes is that they are pink, but obviously because it's rose gold, if you like, they're kind of almost duochrome in the way that when you move your arm or your face, like the gold just comes through amazingly, and I love that, I really do. This one is called Coral, and it's a matte blush. The other one is very shimmery, but this one's more matte. Yeah, not quite as pigmented as the rose gold one, but still very pretty. I think it would probably not suit me that much. I don't really like matte blushes. I don't like wearing them unless I'm doing it for a specific look. Like the Makeup Revolution Dare one that I use a couple of times if I'm doing clown makeup or something like that. I can't open this one. There we go. This one isn't made for people with my skin tone, and I think that's kind of obvious. This one's called Antique, and it's another shimmery one, and it's very kind of like a browny purple rather than a pink. Yeah, this one's not pigmented like at all. I feel like you'd need to build it up quite a bit if you want a more intense look. The rose gold one is definitely my favourite because I just love rose gold so much. Okay, let's move on to eyeshadows. So I have three big eyeshadow palettes. The Ultra Matte, V1 Brights, the Sunset, and the Original. So let's go with the Original first. Okay, so this palette comes with one of these little applicator brushes, which I probably wouldn't use unless I'm just doing like one colour. I wouldn't use them for blending or anything. So unless I'm doing like one colour with eyeliner, then I wouldn't use that necessarily. It's got a little thingy with the colours, but I think the colours are also not on the back. Are they on the box? Yeah, they're on the box. So I'll probably read them off of the box, because that's kind of hard to see unless you have it over the colours. So this is the palette. I'm just taking the brush out so it doesn't fall out. Very shimmery except for the black, which is just a matte black. But they're all very pretty colours, and there's a nice range of colours there, like bronze and blues and greens and stuff. So yeah, it's a very eclectic palette, as you can see yourself again. So yeah, let's start with the black. The black is called Black Cab. I think these are all, oh god, that's very intense. These are all named after things you'd find in London, I think it's supposed to be. The purple next to the black, that one's called Royal, and then there's a dark blue which is called London Rain. That's not what the rain in London looks like. And then there's a bright blue called the Thames, or the Thames, or the Thames, I don't get how you say it. It's called the Thames. Also the Thames isn't that colour. It's really not. The next one, see, they all have names that are something to do with British culture, and this one's just called E10, and I don't know what that's supposed to be in reference of, but yeah, that's just called E10, and that's kind of like more of a turquoisey colour than a blue. So if you were doing like a blue and green look, that would be a really good transitioning colour. This is a kind of a khaki green called Hyde Park. I love shimmery eyeshadows, but I need more colourful eyeshadows that are matte because shimmer gets everywhere. These are quite nice. Like, I expect them to be a bit more powdery, but I don't know, maybe they will be more powdery when I'm using them normally, but right now this just feels kind of creamy. Yeah, anyway, that one is called Cream Tea, which would be good for highlight if you're doing a really shimmery bright look, or for just the inner corner to kind of blend it up to brighten up your eyes. Okay, this pink one is called London Eye, and it's a very kind of baby pink once you get it on there, but in here it looks a lot more dusty, but when you actually apply it, it's much more kind of bright, but in the palette it looks very dusty pink. Okay, the next one is called Big Ben, and it's another pink, a little bit more dusty on your arm, less neon-y, but looks beige in the palette. They don't really look like they do in the palette when you put them on the arm, except for these first few, except for the top row, which look pretty much the same. The next one is a bronzy colour, and it's called Penny Farthing. That looks pretty much the same in the palette as it does on your arm. The next one is called Sterling, and that's again a very bronzy colour but a lot duller. So the top one is like very oh sorry, seems more new, and the bottom one looks more kind of dull. And then the last colour is called Banksy. So the rest of these are very kind of London based, but Banksy is a Bristolian person, so yeah. Again, it's very much a khaki green. It's similar to the one on top, just a couple shades duller. Yeah, that is the Sleek Originals palette, like I said. I'd probably use this palette quite a lot, to be honest. I do like it. Yeah, so that's how they look in the palette compared to how they look on your arm, on your skin. Like I say, some of the colours will look a lot brighter when you actually apply them, so just keep that in mind if you're ever using this palette, or yeah. Okay, so the next iDivine palette is called Sunset. So it's a lot of bronzy, orangey colours with a lovely blue and a couple more pinky colours in there. Yeah, Sunset contains warm gold, metallic bronze, deep burgundy and ocean blue shades. If it's a sunset, surely you want sky blue, not ocean blue. Very similar. So all of the palettes look the same. Again, it's got the little thingy in there, and the little applicator. That's how they look in the palette. Again, it's got a very matte black, practically the same to the last one, I think. I'll compare them later. But lots of these colours, well, not lots, but like this one looks very similar to the, what was it called? Yeah, the Big Ben shade. And this one is very similar to the it's called the London Eye? Yeah, the London Eye shade and the Penny Farthing shade. But let's just see how they look on your skin. So the first one is Nightfall. Very similar, just a little bit more like a very dark grey than an actual matte black. But again, it is the only, as far as I can tell, it's the only matte shade in the palette. The rest are metallic. Yeah. This one is called Horizon, and it's a very pinky colour. It looks pretty much the same as it does in the palette, but it is a very pinky colour. The next one is called Solstice, and like I said, that's pretty similar to, I think it was London Eye in the last palette. Kind of like a pinky bronzy colour. The next one is an orange, a metallic orange, and it's called Afterglow. Whew, that's very bright. Wasn't quite expecting it to be that bright. That's pretty cool actually. I don't really have that many bright orange shadows. If I want an orangey look, I usually just mix in some pinks and yellows because I don't really have that many orange, like bright orange looks. This is a very gold colour and it's called Sunrise. Why do you have a colour called Sunrise in the Sunset palette? Doesn't make sense to me, like at all. Also, the colours, the colours on here, like the colours that it tells you what's what on the little thing, don't match the colours on the box. So on here it says, oh, this one is called Dawn, this one is called Eve. They don't match it, like at all. What? I don't know who to believe. I'm going to go by this one, because it matches up with specific colours. Yeah, so where were we? The blue, which is called Skyline according to the actual palette, not the box. Which makes sense. That makes sense, that being called Skyline, because it's the blue colour. But according to this, Skyline is one of the colours on the bottom, which is like a brown. Okay, so this one is called Dusk. It's a very pretty metallic brown. This one is called Ease. Very similar to the one up here, Solstice. Just like one shade darker, I think. They're very similar though. This one is called Dawn. And again, it's quite similar, just a little bit more golden than pink, I think. A little bit more coppery than pink. Yeah. This one is called Golden Hour. Not really very gold. No. This should be Golden Hour. But no, that's fucking Sunrise, or whatever it's called. But yeah, this is Golden Hour. A very dull gold. Next one is called Starry, and it's a very kind of, I don't know, like a dull, dusty pink, with some beige in there, it looks like. And the last one is called Serene, and it's very similar to the one above it, just a little bit more pinky, I think. Don't know if you can see all of those in the camera, I don't know. Yeah. They're very pretty colours though, they're all very pigmented, and they go like on your skin magically, beautifully. Yeah, so that is the Sunset palette. I could probably do some pretty cool looks with that palette. Kind of like steampunky looks with all the bronzes. Maybe do a couple actual sunset looks. Okay, so the last palette is the Ultra Matte V1 Brights. I'm very excited about this one because it's matte, and like I said before, I don't have many bright coloured matte eyeshadows, so this is actually quite exciting. Again, it's got the little thingy and the little applicator brush, which I'm just taking out. Yeah, these two match each other on this one. It's just the sunset one that they don't match on. That's a bit annoying, because the sunset one's beautiful. So this, this to me looks like a paint palette like you'd get when you were a kid, and it would just be all the bright colours, like all the basic colours, and you just mix them together. But they are absolutely gorgeous, and I have high hopes for this palette. I so want them to be as pigmented as they can be. Okay, so again, let's start up in the left hand corner with this light blue, which is called Chill. Oh, it matches the top colour on my nail polish. Yeah, that's cool. I think this is one of the New York Colour nail polishes, the one on the top. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called though. Oh well. This pink one, which is next to the blue, is called Pout. Oh, that's so pretty. These are a lot more powdery than the last ones. I think the metallic ones feel more creamy and the matte ones feel more powdery. This one is called Sugar Light, and it's just like a purple. Oh, you can see how powdery they are. And it's a very deep purple. It's the only purple in the palette, and it makes me kind of sad because purple eyeshadow is gorgeous. So then there's a green one called Dragonfly, which is gorgeous. Gorgeous colour. Beautiful. They're so pigmented. I feel like I could do some amazing things with this palette. Then the next pink one is called Pucker. So Pout and Pucker are the pinks. They're very similar. This one's just like 2 shades darker, I think, the second pink one. Then we have a yellow, which is called BAM, B-A-M-M exclamation mark. And it's not pigmented, like at all. Let me see if I can get a little bit of a better. Yellow eyeshadow is really pretty, but it's not pigmented at all. I don't understand what it is about yellow makeup, because the yellow lipstick isn't pigmented either, and that just really annoys me. Ugh. Okay, the next colour is another green, lighter than the last one, and it's called Cricket. So we have Dragonfly and Cricket. The two. I assume it means cricket, the insect, not the sport. It's a much lighter colour than the previous green. Then we have a very dark blue called Bolt. So Chill and Bolt are the two blues. And this one is a lot darker. You could probably do a look with the two blues, just using them and blend them together to get like so many different shades of blues. Because this one is like an ice blue, and this one is, I don't know, just very dark blue. Then we have another orange eyeshadow, which is a matte eyeshadow, and it's called Strike. And so this palette, I've used this orange eyeshadow once before from this exact palette, and it is gorgeous. I used it to do my eyebrows when I was being the Mad Hatter because my friend has this palette, and I thought it was gorgeous and felt really nice. And I'm so excited to use it, and all the other colours in this palette. Yeah. Ooh. The next one, I lied, there aren't two pinks, there's a third pink, but it's a very, it's candy floss pink, and I'm mostly saying that because it's called Floss, and it's so light, it doesn't show up on my skin. It is a very light candy floss pink. I probably wouldn't use it all that often, if I'm honest. Okay, the next one Okay, so the next one is a grey, a very light grey called Crete. C-R-E-T-E. Not very pigmented at all. Oh dear. I do prefer the grey eyeshadows in the Makeup Revolution Flawless Matte palette, the 32 shade one. But this just isn't pigmented at all, whereas the grey eyeshadows in that palette are very pigmented. This one is they're just a bit darker than this one. Like, they're all pretty dark greys, or at least darker than this one. Then the last one is a white, and I only have one pigmented white eyeshadow, so let's see how this one works out. Okay, that's pretty good, I think. That's called Pow, with an exclamation mark again, like the band. Yeah, so that's the V1 Brights palette, the matte one. Ultra Matte V1 Brights. Very pretty. I like the top row the most, I think, because it's got all of these colours which I use regularly already, not from this palette but from other palettes. Those and the orange, I think, are my favourites. Okay, so this blue and the orange are probably my favourite colours in this palette. And that's, what are they called? Chill and Strike. Do I need to swatch the brow kit? I've never used a brow kit before. Like a proper brow kit. Like, I do my brows, but you do it with eyeshadow, as you know. So I'm probably gonna, if I like it, I'll probably start using this. Okay, so this comes with, oops, I dropped one of the brushes. A little tiny pair of tweezers, and two tiny brushes. One of which is like a fluffy, like, domed brush, and one of which is a slanted, very thin brush. See, that's why I don't like doing eyebrows with actual eyebrow brushes, because they're very thin and I like having really thick eyebrows. Okay, so my camera stopped recording when I got to the brow kit, and I didn't notice, so I swatched it and other stuff and didn't realise. So I'm just going to show you what I have on my arm. It's a little bit smudged now because I've had my arm on here. And this is the lipsticks that I've been swatching, and they're called Naked. It's the top one, Baby Girl, OMG and Tweak. And this is the last one, which is called Mulberry. I think my favourite colour is definitely OMG, which is a very, very pretty red. The top two I wouldn't wear personally, but the bottom three I'd wear all the time. I really would. They're just so pretty. I'm just going to do the lip liner and the eyeliners again. Basically what I said last time is this. So this is a lip pencil, which is called Ruby. And basically what I was saying is that it annoys me that it isn't red because it's called Ruby. And when I think of Ruby, I think of a bright red, like a little bit duller than this one. But this is a very browny purple colour. It's a beautiful colour and a beautiful product. It's creamy, it's pigmented. I would definitely wear it, but it's called Ruby and that really pisses me off. And that seems really petty, but it's true. Then I have the two sleek eyeliners, which are black and brown. As I was saying before, the brown is a lot creamier. The black one just feels like a colouring pencil. I probably wouldn't want to use it on my eyes because it's quite harsh. But again, the brown is very dark, so I could probably just use that and get away with calling it black. And then I have a white eyeliner, which isn't sleek. It's from Eyelight by Navalia, Switzerland, and it's very creamy, very pigmented, and it's just gorgeous. Okay. What I said about the brow kit before is I swatched it and the wax isn't very pigmented. The powder is, but again, I'm saying again a lot because I've said this all once before, I'm just trying to say it and get it over with. The wax isn't very pigmented, but the powder is, and I'd probably just use the powder on its own, even though it's a setting powder, because I personally prefer using powder on my eyebrows than waxes and gels and liquids and stuff like that. Yeah, that is all I had to say. I'm very excited to start college and use all these amazing products. There are 2 products, 3 products even, that I didn't show at all, which is the primer, the mascara, and the finishing powder, because I feel like this, I can't really swatch these really, but basically I'm going to do a look with these, probably film it tomorrow, but who knows, it might go up at the same time as this one, I'm not sure yet, because I don't know how long I'm going to have, how long I'm going to have to edit these today, because I have a lot of stuff to do today. Yeah, those are the colours. They're so pretty. I love these products. A couple of the eyeshadows are a little bit disappointing, like the white one and the yellow one in the Ultra Brights palette. Kind of a pity that some of the colours in the Sunset and the original are so close in colour, because you only really need one. Do you know what I mean? If I had the choice, I'd probably just have gotten the original palette, because I prefer to have the kind of green colours rather than the orangey colours, especially since I have the Ultra Brights. Yeah, it's very pretty. I love the makeup. I'm so excited for college. I can't wait to use them on my actual face. Yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to be uploading a lot more in the next couple of weeks than I have been doing, considering I didn't upload for 5 months. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited to use these products, and I'm very excited for college, and I'm very excited to be an actual qualified makeup artist and brag about it to everybody I meet, because it's a very exciting time. Comment down below if you'd like me to use any of these products properly, because I probably won't use all of them in the tutorial, obviously, because there are too many colours and everything. So comment down below if you have specific ones that you want me to show. I'm also gonna do a little long-lasting test with things like to see how long like the primer and the concealer and the foundation last, and if the eyeshadow creases and kind of travels down your face like eyeshadows tend to do. See if how often I need to top up the lipstick, stuff like that. So I will film that. I'll put makeup on tomorrow, and film again at the end of the day to see how long it lasted. But yeah, if there's any particular colours that you want me to show on my actual face, do comment down below. If there are any other brands that you want me to see if I can get my hands on, that would be great. Just tell me down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!